All right, everybody, here we are. The much anticipated live show here at Two Boroughs. We've been wanting to do this for a little while now. We wanted to, first and foremost, give a nice little shout out to all of everybody that's coming back here. I know it's been a while since we've done a live show, so I know we've had, a lot of people on the mend here lately that's been kind of waiting for us to come back, but finally we decided to do it here at my newest partner, Two Boroughs Brewery here in downtown Wilkesboro. We've been really excited to start working together, and we finally get to do it at the Cars Tour race here in Wilkes County, so at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So what better way to start this new partnership than that? We figured we'd show them some love by bringing out some friends and family and everybody and a lot of people that I see down there from Crossroads Harley Davidson. We got all sorts of people around here. So, and we got the car behind us. You can't see it on this camera, but it's me, Dylan Wilson. In case you haven't met me yet, assuming if you're watching this show, you probably know who we are. But I'll let you guys introduce your own selves. I ain't got time for that.
Oh, well, you guys know who I am. I hope. My name's Landon Huffman, and it's been a minute since we've done a Windshield Deep live show. We actually tried to do a crash trial run the other night. There was a lot of beverages involved, and that will never see the air or never see the light of day. But we are back, and I don't know how frequent, but it is pretty cool to do it here in an area like North Wilkesboro. Obviously, we have the races coming up at North Wilkesboro Speedway, and Two Boroughs has been nice enough to allow us to utilize their space here. They're on Dylan's car for the Cars Tour race. So it's pretty cool. They got great beer, great food, and we're going to have a good time.
Name's Travis. Been out here having a great time this afternoon. They've got great pizza here. I went across the street to Dooley's. They have liquor. It's pretty good. But I'm just so happy to be out here supporting my friend Dylan.
Yeah, so the main reason we're here is because we've got North Wilkesboro coming up. You guys obviously have seen that the racetrack has been revived. They've already done modified races and mini stock races and now super late model races. And up next is us. We got limiteds and late model stock cars. We have a few other guys here that's racing as well. Street stocks racing. So we have a few guys to kind of give us all different aspects of who and what's racing this not next week, but the following week, the 30th and 31st, we'll be on track at Wilkesboro. I know I've waited 26 years for it, literally. So ever since the day I was born, they shut down the track the year I was born, so I haven't got to do anything. And I wasn't old enough in 2010 whenever they came back. So it's something I've looked forward to my whole life, and my family's been there forever. Literally built the track, so. Obviously, I raced go-karts and bicycles and everything I could get my hands on around there. Pretty sure I smoked my first cigarette below the racetrack.
Was it a Salem?
I don't know. It's probably it's either that or a Marlboro. One of the two. But anyway, I grew up, became a man there. And we're going to try to become a real man here in a couple weeks, but we'll see what happens. I know so I'm running the late model stock race, the Cars Tour race. I was one of the first entries, so that secured my spot into being able to run in the same race as what everybody knows that Dale's racing, obviously, and the rest of the Cars Tour guys. And Landon here, you're racing the limited race. What are your expectations on that?
Yeah, so we're running limited late model race. We've been racing
50 entries.
Yeah, there's 50 limited late models ready to do battle. I don't know how that's going to go down. We're on a used tire deal, so that's going to be interesting. But we've been racing late model stock stuff at Hickory all year. First full season back for me in a very long time, so it's been nice to get my feet wet regularly and be able to, set in a race car on a weekly basis, which has been refreshing, and kind of been able to own my craft and come back and find my passion for it again. But we're bringing
points leader.
Yeah,
points leader at the Hickory Motor Speedway.
3 weeks left, so bearing no issues, hopefully we can continue to do our thing and make sure we can control everything in our power and hopefully come out with the championship trophy. But Jason Smith has been a fantastic friend for me over the last little bit. He's given me an opportunity to drive race cars again, and like I said, we've been driving the JSR 75 at Hickory, and now we're going to take our limited car up to Wilkesboro. And we get to run two features, so twin 50-lap events, Tuesday and Wednesday night. We've got High Rock Vodka on board for that, so that's pretty cool. It's going to be a good time. Dale's going to be out there racing, obviously, and Amy and the High Rock family is going to be out there too. So hopefully we can generate a good buzz for that, have a good time, drink some vodka drinks, and make it worth our while. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we'll have to like coordinate. Like we'll have to drink. We'll start off with beers and finish the night off with High Rocks. We'll be drinking some Sawtooth Lager. That's been our heavy favorite tonight. We're killing some Sawtooth Lagers.
Well,
that's been our high recommendation.
Well, I'll be honest. Yeah, the Sawtooth Lager is very good. They do have some other fantastic beers on tap here. However, they are a little high in alcohol percentage.
That's the way we like them. High octane.
So,
we are in Wilkes County. It has to be high octane.
So if I did not start and continue drinking the Sawtooth Lager, I don't know what condition I would be in right now.
So if we fall into the double ass IPA, which is 9.5%, you really get a bang for your buck on the double ass IPA. So Two Burrows, obviously, the name Two Burrows is, you can kind of see the inverted logo behind Landon's head there. Two Burrows is a burro in Spanish means donkey or mule, I guess mule. But anyways, so that's what the logo is. But Burrow is Wilkesboro. So like North Wilkesboro and Wilkesboro come together, and you got two burrows. So that's why you see two burrows, and it's a cool way to incorporate something that you can't, it's a nice talking point for sure. So Moonhead, you made your debut not long ago, and I know it was something that you looked forward to your whole life, and you were literally racing to get laid. You literally have a T-shirt that says that, and that was impressive.
Well, can I say this? Did you get laid?
No, we finished last and got no. But we went out there and we had a great time. I don't know. I got to reel it in a little bit when I'm out there. I was a little aggressive on corner entry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the kahunas on this guy.
Well,
are in the large variety.
Going into this race, everyone, just to recap, Travis was saying, like, I'm not scared. Like, I'm going to go figure it out. And now me and Landon's like, yeah, he says he's not scared, but we'll have to make him pick up way earlier. Sure enough, first corner, drives in to the graveyard. Which was pretty impressive. I don't think I've done that my entire career, and don't plan on it. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm scared to see what will happen.
Yeah, then I pulled off, and apparently Hickory has a rhythm section down there on the apron.
Yeah.
And I went
the whoops.
Went through the whoops down there.
The whoops will knock a oil pan off.
Yeah, knock the oil pan off of it.
But coming back, got another chance.
Coming back September 3rd. And
redemption.
The storm is brewing again.
Storm's rebrewing.
Rebrewing.
This time it's bigger.
We're reevaluating.
And call this one refried beans.
Yeah, we're going to go out there, and I don't know how it's going to end. Are you nervous?
No, I'm not. To be honest with you, I was nervous the first time. I'm not nervous now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not nervous now.
Yeah, I feel a whole lot better about it. You held a pretty will and everything, so I think you'll be just fine.
Yeah, you weren't like totally out of your mind out there. I thought, I didn't even give you an opportunity to test, so I wasn't sure what to expect. So that is actually September 3rd. So Bobby Isaac Memorial, Hickory Motor Speedway. I'll be racing the 150
couple days after Wilkesboro.
It's literally like 3 days after Wilkesboro. We have an action-packed next couple of weeks coming up. But Travis will be driving our Pro Late model there, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Dylan, I want to talk to you a little bit about this. So Wilkesboro obviously coming back is a big deal for the community, but I want you to talk a little bit about what it means for you and your family. Obviously, your family has some big ties to Wilkesboro, and then what it means for the short track community, too, being that we get this racetrack back.
Yeah, so, I think everybody probably on this show probably already knows the history, and between the last couple of years, we went through a lawsuit trying to get the racetrack back.
Yeah, cease and desist. Y'all seen it here, Law and Order.
Got a cease and desist. But anyways,
I don't even think that guy's even functioning anymore.
Yeah, we're back in at. So starting out, my great grandfather was one of the original owners and builders of the racetrack, and then going forward, my grandpa obviously raced there and won 15 races, which is tied for the most of all time between any series. So obviously, and then 300 yards below the track is where my whole family from my mom's side of the family lives there. So I grew up. Every summer spending there, and then obviously my grandpa and grandma both still live there, and we have the Sugar Shack now. So, and then not to mention, we're not popular guys, and there's people everywhere just because there's a race car here and we're racing at Wilkesboro. Like, it's just so cool to see the community come together and everybody works together, and like every partner I have on my race car is a local company, which is really cool. And you know, including obviously 2 boroughs. Jan Lee Detective Agency is pretty local. They're in the Mooresville area. And then also Bumgarner Services is also a local company that we work with. So it's really cool to see. I mean, and that's just obviously me like plugging in my partners. But like in general, every car you see out there is going to have some kind of local deal. And it's just, you know, you can't say enough about how much it means to the community. And the main thing is I hope this damn thing sticks. You know, I think they've showed how much it means. They're opening 1 and 2, by the way. The grandstands are going to be all the way, at least that's rumor mill, that they're going to have
Well, they're pretty much going to have to.
20,000 people, fans there. There's going to be more fans at Wilkesboro to watch a late model race than you see at a cup race. So volume-wise, it's going to be 5 times as much as far as how many seats are available versus how many seats they sell. So I'm so pumped, and my family's obviously really ecstatic, but I'm not the only person that has family here that it means a lot to. I mean, everybody around that racetrack, it means so much to them. And even here, outsourced here to downtown, it's just like has a different feel, man. It's electric again, and you see everybody. It's I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Cars, but after Lightning McQueen, you know, my nephew here, he watches Cars all the time, but after he goes and wins the Piston Cup and comes back to Radiator Springs, that's essentially what we're looking at here.
Don't lie, we both watch Cars.
Yeah, Cars is a great movie. Watched number 3 not long ago. That's obviously one of the best. I cried like a baby.
Cars 2 sucked.
Yeah, Cars 2 was boring. It was European. Didn't like it.
Didn't like it, no.
But yeah, you know, obviously it means a whole lot to everyone around here. I mean, we've got so many more things in store, I think. I mean, like, I don't know. You can't really put words into how much it means to the people around here. But at the end of the day, man, it puts on a damn good show. And Wilkesboro is just, like, me and you sat beside each other in the stands for the first time we've ever got to see a race at Wilkesboro and just looked at each other like, man, this don't feel real. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. So, you know, a couple of years ago, we came up here and we recorded something at the racetrack, and I told Dylan this then. It was an eerie feeling walking into the place, seeing the degradation of the facility and the infrastructure falling like it was. It was just an interesting feeling to have walking into it, because at the time we felt like, or I felt like, and I know a lot of people felt the same way, NASCAR was in an interesting spot. I felt like we were kind of reaching for what was next. We were kind of on a downward slope, but we knew in some form or fashion we needed to get back to our short tracks, right? And so sitting there in Wilkesboro, in my opinion, gave us the real, I guess, feeling of and description of what NASCAR, the current condition of NASCAR was. So the degradation of the facility was what our current NASCAR was. So now that we have life re-injected into the facility, we can see it come back to life. I think it's a true testament to where our sport is going. Hopefully we can continue to do this, not only at Wilkesboro, but at places all across the Southeast. We have racetracks, you know, this is obviously about Wilkesboro, but we have places all over the Southeast that are falling apart and going to the wayside, shutting down. These are our roots of our sport, and they're just going to the wayside. So I think it's important that we support the racetrack here, show that local communities can be involved and bring these places back, because it doesn't only need
y'all
to
got
to
come to the race.
Yeah.
Like, yes, pay-per-view is important, but if you live within 6 hours, you have no excuse.
2 hours.
If you don't come to
drive
the race,
5.5 every weekend.
Yeah, but not
this
everybody's
guy right
doing
here,
that,
he
Brian.
drove up here to 2 boroughs. He drove to 2 boroughs.
I drove up here.
So
That's a good point.
there's no
I did.
excuses. If you
I stand
live
corrected.
12 hours, if you live within 12
If
hours.
you live in the continental United States and you're not here.
If you live on the eastern seaboard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so in 2020, speaking of all this, I proposed on the racetrack. And the reason I did that is because my family was a part of building it, and I wanted to have a picture there before they tore it down, because that's what I thought it was going to happen. And you know where I got the ring from? Take a guess.
Probably a Wilkesboro.
Jared.
Brand Jewelry.
Jared.
Brand Jewelry is also a partner. You can kind of see it back there.
Hayes
No, not on
Jewelers.
this. Brand Jewelry we got is also another partner, which is another local company. So like I said, everybody bands together. But no doubt, in 2020, proposed on the front stretch, and that just shows how much it means to me, obviously. But like, I thought it was going to be torn down. That's why we did it. And there was definitely a reason behind it. But now we're I guess we're probably ready to bring on a new guest. Moonhead. Moonhead is going to be our correspondent here pretty soon, and he's going to do some Q&A stuff here in a little bit.
Who's coming up, Boo?
Yeah, we'll bring up Boo real quick.
So
we're going to talk about street stock racing. We talked about a lot of late model.
Yeah.
Then we got Brandon. So, we got everybody coming up.
So those of you that don't know this man, this is Boo Carlisle. He's got the Kicking Asphalt vlog on YouTube. Make sure you guys check him out. Boo, it's got a front and a back. Well, you can cheers me
these
too.
mics,
You can
they're
cheers
not
me.
they're not exactly.
It does say front and back. I think we had that purposely made because when we get intoxicated, we're not sure.
Most people, when I hand them these mics, they talk to them like this, so you can't hear absolutely anything. So we have to talk to them like this. But, it's not exactly a karaoke mic. Yeah. Although one night we did bust them out for karaoke, and we sang the night before my wedding, we sang 6 hours straight of George Jones and Hank Jr.
I hope there's
on
no video.
karaoke. It was unbelievable.
No
I
video
can't
that
believe
night.
Yeah, I can't believe it. So Boo, what are you racing? No, you're racing street stocks.
Yeah, we're going to run the street stock race. Where's the camera? Right here.
Right
okay, so we're going to run the street stock race, the 35 laps, both nights at North Wilkesboro. It come together real late. We didn't have plans of coming, but now we are. So when I found out that the entry list was going to be capped at 30, we decided at the last minute, let's see if we can get on there. So I think I was 29th out of 30. So
are they starting everybody, I guess?
As far as I know of.
Okay.
So I wasn't exactly sure if they was going to get enough because, they canceled some classes that didn't have enough. So
do we know if they're sending cars home? They have to, right? Limiteds?
So I'll leave this for another topic. So I've heard through the grapevine that they are only starting 24 limited cars and there's 50
double
signed
features.
up. There is double features, but in my opinion, I got to find somebody to talk to or talk to the right person, but there's no reason why we can't start at least 30 cars. We started 34 for the Ingram.
They're starting 20,
Hickory.
so 24 is it?
24.
Wow.
That's what I've heard. I can't
Get your damn Q trim ready, boys.
But in my opinion, there's no way 30 of those 50 cars are going to be bad cars.
Yeah.
They should at least start 30 for the show. It's a half-mile racetrack. I mean, they've got plenty of space. It's not like Hickory. I mean, we've started 34 cars at Hickory in the late model race. So we need to work on that a little bit. We've got a little bit of time. But as of now, 24 limiteds. I would assume if they only have 30 street stocks, they're going to start all of them. I hope if they send 2 street stock guys home, I hope whoever goes home walks up there and punches the race director directly in the face. So,
yeah,
just my honest opinion.
Well, Boo, you do a lot of stuff on YouTube, do your daily vlog, and one of the pioneers of racing vlogs. Is that something you're going to continue to do for a long time come? What's your plans with that?
I really don't plan more than 30 minutes ahead in life.
Yeah,
so
I don't blame you.
I really don't know, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's opened tons of doors. You're talking about local sponsorship.
Absolutely.
With us traveling from right around Athens, Georgia, right there in North Georgia, we come North Carolina to race everywhere. We kind of stayed in the NASCAR community, so to speak, this year just because it drives YouTube views.
Right.
Us going to Florence and
100%.
Dillon, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
So we made a ton of connections by, continuing to come here. But since the entry list come out the other day, I've had 3 different messages on Facebook Messenger. It's almost like the further we go up 85, we got more sponsors. Taylor Satterfield with Maverick Buildings right there in Jefferson, he reached out and said, hey, I want to be on the car. Neil Meredith's brother, Dylan Meredith in Anderson, South Carolina, reached out and said he wants to be on the car. So I'm creeping my way up 85. I'm waiting for the Spartanburg person. If you're watching, reach out. The DMs are open. And then when we get to North Carolina, it's a long trip up 85. So
how fast do you go on 85?
85 on 85 until the police pulled up at the yard the other day.
Do you have a shirt with that on it yet?
No, I think it's in the works. I'm telling you, man, that one-man band stuff, shit's hard.
I hear
it's
you.
getting tough.
85 on 85. Just get a white one with just black text.
I'll wear
85 on 85.
There was so many people asking me about when the police pulled up the other day. I had the garage door open for the first time, and he pulled up. I was like, oh, shit, we done something wrong. Like, we don't party here, we party up here. So, but he said, I watched the YouTube stuff, and I was blown away. And he was like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and he was like, that 85 on 85. I was like, hey, man, that shit ain't real. Like, that's just me saying that. That ain't me really doing it. So,
if you're watching right now, Mr. Policeman, he was lying to you.
Yeah, I was lying.
65 on 85.
Yeah, we go 45. 45 on 85.
That would be a hazard, too.
Well,
if you go 45 miles an hour on 85, that's a hazard. You're more of a hazard then than if you're going 85.
Yeah, man. I'm just speaking for the people out there. Some people don't like to go fast.
It's like 75 speed limit, isn't
it?
Yeah. So going forward, Boo, you got Wilkesboro coming up. Do you have any other races planned? Any big races? Going to keep running the mass stuff?
We do. We got a mass race coming up at Anderson, which will be like our homecoming race. It's an hour and 10 minutes from Jefferson to Anderson. So,
Okay.
you know, that's going to be the close. I can actually sleep in my bed that night. So
Right.
that's a 50 lapper 3 weeks after Wilkesboro. So if there's anything left, we'll just convert everything over and put our
Right.
real short track gear back in. That's just like coming to Wilkesboro. I've spent already $1,000 just in parts that I'll never use again.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, just in buying
That's
gears
tough.
and buying axles and. You know, there's so much stuff. Like I said, you know, Landon texted me. I'll tell y'all the story of how I entered. Landon texted me like, "Hey, man, you probably need to get entered."
Yeah.
I kept putting it off. I'm a procrastinator.
Right.
Well, I was at work and I was like, "Man, I gotta use the bathroom." So hell, I was sitting on the toilet and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna do what Landon said. I'm gonna enter."
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up 29th out. If I wouldn't have had to go to the bathroom, I wouldn't have made the entry list.
Appreciate it.
So. But we got that street stock race coming up at Anderson, 50 lapper, September 17th. It's gonna be good to have everybody actually be able to come because, I mean, it ain't hell, man. It's gonna be hard to get somebody to drive an hour, more or less 3-4 hours to come watch us race at Hickory.
Yeah.
Especially right now.
Oh yeah, with the way gas prices are,
How long does it take you to get to Hickory?
it take about 3 hours and 20
Okay.
minutes.
Honestly, I thought it was a little bit longer than that. But that's a haul.
I would not drive. I don't think I've. Well, let's see. I'm thinking.
What's the closest track to you? Anderson?
Anderson, that's still functioning. Now,
Used to be
yeah.
Gresham.
Gresham. I
Right
worked at
there at
Gresham, bought a house while I worked at Gresham. I drive by Gresham every single time.
Right.
That
Yeah, it's a shame that track shut down.
I'm telling you, dude. I went over there the other day. The gate was open.
Yeah.
They're using it as a junkyard.
Really?
And I'm trying to pump them up just to go over there and shake the car down because they leave the gate open and the lights are on 24/7. So
Right.
if I can bust off like 5 laps over there just to break that rear end in,
Yeah. Heck
you know,
yeah.
just so we're ready for Wilkesboro, it's a lot better than driving to Greenville Pickens or
Oh, yeah.
Anderson.
That place is a little bigger too.
Oh yeah, this is a half mile. So what's with North Wilkesboro? 5/8?
It's a little bigger than half, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it depends what line you run. But
I gotcha.
some people say 3/4, some people say 5/8. It's kind of all in between there. It looks like we're kind of running up a little bit, 1 and 2. At least the super late models were, but we'll see how it is. I mean, I think on paper it's 5/8, but like I said, depending on what line you run. But
Well, if you ask that four-banger guy, he was
Damn.
ripping the lip in 1 and 2.
I've
bud.
never in my this guy was making the 4th groove work.
He
That's
was
the craziest
getting
thing I ever
He was
seen.
getting in so straight that when he got to the top of the wall in 1 and 2, he could reach out his passenger side and touch the outside wall.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
But he was making a hellacious time down the straightaway.
Yeah, it was cool. He would catch them, and then I think he ended up knocking the fence down.
Oh, he hit the wall hard. Yeah,
it was
But
cool to watch, though.
He made it all the way to second before he knocked the right side off, which was, I mean, it was admirable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
mean,
you know, he was going where
he was
nobody else
making it
was.
happen.
Any elaborate celebrations planned if either of you guys win North Wilkesboro?
Maker's mark until we can't stand.
Yeah. So just after, I'm talking about like Victory Lane. Anything crazy?
Start Maker's mark in Victory
Start
Lane.
just
You
get the
know, I
Maker's
mean, see
mark
if I can
out.
dent a roof in.
Right.
You know
what
what
about
I'm
you?
saying?
Do you have any plans? Anything?
As long as I get to ride up the lift.
Oh yeah, the
I mean,
elevator.
I think
yeah.
I
So-
think they do an interview on the front stretch if you win.
Yeah. So there's a cool
So,
little story.
so that'll be like, okay, that's, the front stretch will be awesome, right?
Oh, yeah.
But pulling into the Victory Lane lift and going up that, I think that'll be pretty badass.
So my great grandfather was like he kind of overseen the whole. That was his idea. His deal was building the lift to lift them up there, and they didn't use it long. Like it was only, if I'm not mistaken, it was like early '90s when the lift was finished. Wayne, do you know or
The lift wasn't there very long.
no? But anyway, so it
In
was.
'87 there was no lift.
It was
I know,
real
'cause-
late, yeah. Because '87 there wasn't a lift, and I think maybe it was '90, '91 when the lift was built, and it was that was kind of like my grandpa's brainchild, and he hired somebody else local to do the engineering and got it built, and so it's pretty damn neat. Because obviously I have an elaborate plan if I was to back into a win. I don't, I guess that's something you probably shouldn't really say, but I do have something cool that I would like to do, but I'm sure everybody does. I mean, I think I'll probably just be throwing up everywhere immediately, just be
Yeah.
projectile vomiting.
Well, I was gonna say your race is after mine, so I'll already be drinking once you race.
Yeah.
But if you, I don't know if I'll be to the projectile vomit stage by the time you race.
Yeah, I
You
done that
could.
at Hickory at the last race.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to, but yeah.
Yeah, I seen your vlog. You're hot, and them damn things are hot.
Yeah, I
So,
blowed 9
I ain't gonna
Buicks.
lie to you. Okay, so here's a quick story. So, Boo raced at Hickory the other week. He had like 4 red flags in his street stock race. So his 35 lap or 30 lap street stock race turned into like a 2-hour race. So afterwards, I'm assuming you don't have any coolant in your car.
I do
Okay.
now. I bought an SRI yesterday.
So Boo has no coolant. I don't run any either. So Travis, I told Travis he's not allowed to have any coolant system, right? So I've been on Travis's ass about how hot it is in the car.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, man, it's not gonna be nothing. So I never posted this, but so Boo got hot after his race, finished second. He ended up having to hop in the ambulance on the front stretch after the race was over. So I have a video of Travis, and he walked down there to talk to you, and then he sees you getting in the ambulance, overheated, right? So I've just put the camera on Travis, and this is before Travis has raced, and he has the fear of God in him. He's watching you get in this ambulance, and he is like, oh my God, I'm not prepared. He said, Boo just fell out of a 35-lap street stock race, and I've got 100 laps this Saturday. I'm in trouble.
Dang, I'd love to see that. He told me about it earlier. He said, you put the fear in me, and I was like, what are you talking about?
He looked at you like, oh boy.
I will
have
say,
done
when
some-"
Travis got out, he was a lot less sweaty than I expected.
Well, he only ran 20 laps.
Yeah, I know, but like I would have, I was kind of expecting even more sweaty than he was. So I'm proud of him. He put the work in.
He actually was running competitive laps at the end, too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he'd have definitely passed at least 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah, for sure.
After cautions too, for sure. I mean, he had the first restart was a little tough on him, but like after that, I think he'd have been just fine.
So I was gonna say, now's a good time. If you're in the chat, if you have any questions, drop questions.
For some reason, it's only showing Facebook and Twitch. So if you're on YouTube
okay.
chatting, we're sorry. We're not able to see those, as well as we're actually live on Twitter. First time ever.
Twitter?
Yeah, which is kind of cool. So we can't see
my
that
God.
either. Sorry if you guys are watching on Twitter or YouTube. But Facebook and Twitch, we're able to see some of those chats. I think it's kind of behind. But, yeah. Eventually, we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A after we get done talking to Brandon. But we got a Q&A and a giveaway coming up. As far as the giveaway goes, don't have any elaborate plans on that. We're just going to kind of wing it.
We do have some cool stuff to give away. Also, those of you guys that are watching online, you obviously can't. We don't have a camera, so you can see what's in here, but we have an absolutely
I think
packed
at some
Two Bros
point I'm
brewery.
going to turn around this camera up here.
There's a ton of people.
So we have a lot of people in here.
We'll make Travis do that.
Awesome experience, and we packed this place, so that's fun.
Yeah, we are
But-
packed to the brim. We also need, I have an idea. We need someone to get a bowl and put names in it. That way we can do giveaway stuff. Just kind of hand it out to everybody
All right.
that showed up. Yeah. Get a bowl, pitcher of beer, or a pitcher
pitcher
for
of
beer,
no beer.
and just get a little piece of paper and let people put their names in there. We're gonna draw several times. We got a ton of stuff to give. Like all this is giveaway stuff. I'm keeping some of it though. And then I also gonna give away a couple of my shirts, and then the grand prize we're gonna give away 4 tickets for North Wilkesboro on the 31st.
Oh, tickets.
Yeah, 4 tickets, which
like that.
those come the day of, so I'll just get your phone number, and we'll get back to you on those. But so, Boo, anything else? Any sponsors? Anything you'd like to think of or thank before we get on Mr. Brandon Pierce up here?
Jim Gresham with Live Oak Plantation. He owned Gresham Motorsports Park. He stuck with me, since I went back racing. So, if you want to go hunting season's coming up, check out Live Oak Plantation.
Hell yeah.
Seth Brotherton used to hunt there.
Yeah, that's right.
Live
That's
Oak?
right. He told me about. He was with Max back in the day.
Yeah, I would like to go to Live Oak one day.
Yeah, I don't hunt, but I'll go do something.
There's a stock bass pond, I'm sure. He's a big
I'm
fisher.
sure-
You caught some big fish not long ago.
I did. I caught some badass fish, but if you guys put a bow or a gun in my hand, I'm sure it'll make good content.
I want to put a bow in your hand for sure. That's
Yeah,
what we're doing.
great.
We're taking Landon bow
I
hunting
shot a
this
bow
year.
before. I
We're
have
taking
shot
you
a-
bow hunting. It's 90-pound draw.
I have
Uh,
shot a bow before.
So now we're gonna switch you out with
Yeah.
Mr. Brandon Pierce here. We're gonna have him come up, speak a little. Speak there.
Damn, BP.
Damn, Brandon Pierce, just most
That's a
famous person in the world.
Standing ovation for
Lost
Mr.
a hat.
BP.
That's a nice hat, Boo. I gotta get me one of those.
Oh my God, that's
I
crazy.
like those nothing fancy hats. Speaking of hats
Hey,
and shirts, we have some available here at Two Boroughs, and at Wilkesboro, I'm gonna have tons of hats and shirts available, including the one I'm wearing. And there's a bunch more I posted today on Facebook. I know Landon's gonna have some available, even some High Rock stuff
Maybe.
too.
Yeah.
And Brandon's gonna have some stuff, so we'll have plenty. So Brandon, man, what you been doing? Where the hell did you come from?
Actually, me and my fiance, I was able to talk her into leaving the beach.
Yeah.
Rained all day yesterday and was nice as could be today, so that's always how it works out. So came straight here to hang out with you guys. So glad to be here and couldn't think of a better place to.
You brought the whole crowd, the damn Crossroads Harley Davidson crowd.
Loudest for sure.
They have came to support, and we are happy.
Anywhere Mike Lipford is, it's always going to be the loudest place. I can promise you that right now. So.
Well, it's a bad night to be a beer, that's for sure. And the Crossroads guys have definitely proved that. Guys and gals came in on some thundering horses too.
They did.
That's pretty cool. I've been thinking about getting me one of them Harleys.
Yeah, me and you were talking about that the other day. So.
Harley?
Yeah,
I just feel like it defeats the purpose.
It's kind of like my bike.
Doesn't even vibrate for your old lady, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Bad news though. My bike took a shit.
Yeah.
Wait, your pit bike?
Jetson's RIP.
Yeah.
It's gone.
The old Jetson has seen its last day, I think. I'm going to throw it in the river.
What happened?
I don't know. Just quit working.
Well, we can work on it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see if they give me a it's kind of like when you tear a Tesla up. There's just no fixing it. It's over with.
Okay.
So, Brandon, you're running the Cars Tour race, obviously, with me. You've had let's talk a little bit about your season, man. Like, I want to give everybody a little bit of synopsis on how your seasons went, like what your expectations are going into Wilkesboro and beyond.
Yeah, so, results might not show it, but honestly, we've had a much better season this year compared to last year. I guess specifically speaking of Hickory in general, that has not been my best racetrack by far, and we just wrapped up the tour race there, last week, or week before last, I'm sorry, after the rain date. So we ended up coming out of there this year with 2 6th-place finishes. So we're sitting 5th in points. We don't have a win yet, but we're building momentum. Obviously, I know and Landon knows this ongoing tire shortage is ridiculous to say the least and frustrating for all of us. So hard to go out and try new stuff, especially on the Cars Tour, and compete with some guys who, Landon said it best, some guys are still finding tires. Kudos to them. I've offered to pay more for them as well, but I can't find them. So
tire lottery.
Yeah.
They have an upper leg on the lottery.
Yeah.
I'm about to switch to Michelin's. I'm gonna throw some Firestones or Michelin's on there and see what we can do.
You might be able to find some good.
Tire shortage is tough. It was tough on me as well when I tried to race the Hickory Cars Tour race. My finishing position in both practices was dog shit last because I had 250 lap tires on it. But we made up for it in the race, or qualified 21st, which wasn't where I exactly wanted to be, obviously. But for being 3 years off, we ended up finishing 11th, so we had a good run that night. But Brandon finished 6th.
I was going to say, for those of you watching, too, the tire shortage, if you're familiar with it, you understand. If you're not, basically there's a shortage of raw materials, and it's hard to get tires from Hoosier at the moment. But what makes it even harder for people like Brandon is the Cars Tour compound, supposedly it's the same F45 tire, but it is a different tire. So it has a stiffer sidewall apparently, and the tire itself is different. So what he gets on a weekly show or a weekly Cars Tour race is different than what I'm able to buy at Hickory on a weekly Saturday night versus like what Dylan could get and so forth. So it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. So like I said, like right now we couldn't, I think they've changed the rule to where you can practice on non-Cars Tour tires sometimes, right?
Yeah, so when we went to Ace, they told us that was going to be the sole event. I had a conversation with Jack saying that I think it should be that way the rest of the year because if everybody's been doing it since Hickory back in March.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah.
It's not too hard to go to Hobby Lobby, buy stencil paper, and paint Cars Tour on the sidewall of tires. I told Jack
Yeah,
that
they didn't
myself,
really
so.
go for a hardcore font.
Yeah,
they
so,
kind of just went for any stencil deal.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. So, so I just told them I think, they need to throw it out the rest of the year because obviously, like I said, Landon I know touches on it just about every week in his vlog. So it's tough, man. But, I'm not making excuses. We just got to go to work and be better. And myself and Lee Pulliam, we've been working very hard. And,
Well,
I was glad
you're a veteran now. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so
like you're a veteran of the Cars Tour, and not, there's only like 4 or 5 of them, right? I mean, between you and Bobby and Deke and, there's several more, or like maybe a couple more that's ran almost every season to some degree. I mean, I know you missed the first probably 2 or 3, right? But then it started in 15, I think. And then
so
you've been running since what, 18 or 19, pretty much full time.
So my first full time season on the tour was 2018. So and I've been on it ever since. So now with Josh going on and kind of carrying the short track banner for all of us, pretty much you touched on it for who's left, and Lane chasing the national this year. He hasn't raced with us much. He's raced with us a couple of times. So it is kind of crazy at 26 to consider I'm one of the veterans of the tour, but I hold that for myself pretty proud, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, brother, we are late model stock veterans. That is
We are
our
old.
title.
We are officially old.
We are old as hell. That's how it is, man.
If anybody here or if anybody watching is in the Wilkesboro area, we are still got the race car out here. We're still selling merch, and we are absolutely still drinking beer here at Two Burrows. So if anybody is by chance watching and trying to decide if they should come on. We'll be here for a while, and you can at least come see everybody and see the race car, see what it looks like, and all that good stuff. Again, like we have a lot. The paint scheme's the same, but we did change some partners, which is Jan Lee Detective Agency, Two Burrows Brewery, Brand Jewelry, Bumrunner Services. We got a lot of new partners for this race, so I'm super pumped to keep doing. Look at this, girls everywhere. We got women everywhere. We need. If I could change the camera, I wish I could. Moonhead, help me out.
Travis, get over here, always staggering every step of the way.
See that webcam? Hang on.
That's it. That is the light.
That's okay. No, use the webcam.
Okay.
Look at this.
All right.
Look at this. There it is. Look at women. Give them a whole. Give them a full 360 tour. Look at this. Look at Two Burrows.
All right.
Just filled to the brim.
I actually heard if you come up and buy 5 beers, Dylan will let you make a lap in the late model.
Yep. You can do it. 5 beers equals a lap in the car.
Don't hold me to that.
5 beers also means Landon will give you a lap dance. So he said it. I heard him. Yeah, they do. That's some good-looking women there. Thank God our wives ain't here. Uh-oh, there they are.
Oh,
never mind. We've been caught.
Baby, I didn't mean it.
We didn't mean it. I had no idea. I can't wait to. I'm coming to damn Brandon's house after this race, or after this show. And we're going to Brandon's. Everybody, we're partying at Brandon's after the race. Oh God. So I'm coming to your house for sure. Then.
What kind of neighborhood is this?
We'll be there. You just let us know when.
All right.
Do you have a pool?
I'll let you answer that.
Pool party at Brandon's house. We'll definitely do that. So Brandon, going forward, so you got Wilkesboro coming up. Obviously, you got a short week, because you got Motor Mile, and then 4 days later you got Wilkesboro.
Yep.
So, how you feeling about that? Is that a thing where you're gonna maybe be more conservative at Motor Mile, or is that something where you have another chance to?
Yeah. So I'm just honestly praying to the good Lord above that it doesn't end like it did last year. We made it about 20 feet, and somebody missed a shift, and our night was over. So definitely, Motor Mile for myself and for our program in general is one of our better racetracks. It's probably second best to Orange County, which unfortunately we don't go to anymore. So really looking forward to it. But as far as doing anything any different, no, we're taking a different car. So we're going to go there and do what we've been trying to do all year, and that's win a race. And, the points is kind of out of reach for us. Like I said, we are sitting 5th in points, but the junior motorsports guys, kudos to them. They're kind of running away with it. So we're just going for wins. So luckily I'm able to have the opportunity to go up there and just do that and, see where the cards fall and then get ready for Wilkesboro.
So, speaking of Orange County, the car store does not go there anymore. However, on October 8th, which I don't remember when your season ends for the tour, but on October 8th, Tri-County is having a 7,500 to win.
Orange County.
Yeah, sorry, not Tri-County. Orange County is having a 7,500 to win late model stock race, Orange County and Rougemont. So this is a pretty big deal. Orange County hasn't ran weekly this year, or they haven't. They have, but it hasn't been consistent from what I can tell. So pretty big deal there. Going to try to put up some money, see if they can get some cars. But here's the kicker. Motor Mile has a 10,000 to win race on the same weekend.
Really?
Yes. So there's a 10,000 to win late model stock race at Motor Mile and a 7,500 to win late model stock race at Orange County. So I'm going to try to see whichever one has least amount of entries, and that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah. God, I hope Josh Berry's racing Xfinity.
Yeah, if Josh is running at either, somehow Josh will figure out how to race both.
Yeah, he'll run all three, and the Xfinity race, and win all three.
Yeah.
That's probably playoff time. He actually might not be racing the late model
I was going to say, that is a crucial period for the Xfinity Series, so maybe
sure
if we're
as hell
lucky,
hope.
Josh will not be racing.
Well, we hope Josh wins the Xfinity Championship. That'd be cool.
Yes, 100%.
Late model guy. Travis, where's Travis? There he is. Travis, do you want to possibly round up? Do you have any if anybody has any questions about Wilkesboro or anything that they'd like to ask, Travis is gonna man the mic and get the questions for everyone. You have to kind of come up to Travis. Make sure you're talking. I gotta turn it up for you. Hang on. Try again.
Hello. Oh, there we go.
You are.
All right, who's got a question?
There we go.
Come on.
Here we go. We got
What's
questions
your name?
coming up.
What's your name and what's your question?
My name's Matthew. Hey, Landon, can you bring Frankie up here?
I cannot.
Dang it.
There's a lot of that takes a lot of
Just bring
A lot
up
of
as a
risk.
show car.
no, it's not a show
Talk
car.
into this damn thing. Is it the top or
Frank-
bottom?
Front.
It says front. So Matt asked if I can bring my late model stock up, which is a Jason Smith Racing machine, and that is our Hickory Motor Speedway car. So being in the middle of a playoff battle makes it difficult. Ideally, I would have loved to have taken that car and ran the Cars Tour race, but we couldn't get an entry. So we're going to take our limited car up and run the twin limited races, and we'll have the Bobby Isaac Memorial that Saturday after Wilkesboro. So that's where Frankie will be racing.
Yeah.
So you can't just park her out in front of the racetrack?
Park it in front of the racetrack.
Yeah,
typically
just use it as
we'll-
a show car.
Well,
Yeah,
usually-
but it's not wrapped in
Usually
high
we
rock
park
vodka.
it in the
Yeah.
racetrack.
Yeah, usually I park in Victory Lane.
You
I'm
definitely
trying-
Well, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, come see it there. That'd be the perfect
Yeah,
spot
you need
for
to
a
make
meet
your
and
way to
greet.
Hickory. If you want to watch Frankie, you make your way out to Hickory. That'd be a good.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah,
All
yes,
right.
sir.
We're gonna try to get.
Who else?
We got to our 45-minute numbers.
If you have a live question for Travis, let me know.
live question.
That's also live question.
Oh,
Live?
Yes, so
life and
you
live.
can ask Travis live questions if you want, or
Do you have a question?
whatever.
You sure?
Whatever.
If anybody has
About
questions,
women,
you
or
can also ask in
Oh,
the
yeah.
chat. We got like
Oh, yeah.
15
I'm an
minutes where
expert.
we're gonna answer some questions. Whatever you gotta ask, we don't answer. But in the meantime,
About women.
if nobody has any questions,
right,
here we
we got
go.
one.
We got Andrew Fuller here. He's gonna ask us a
What's your
question.
name and what's
Mr.
your
Full
question?
Court Fuller.
So Andrew, and my question for all three of y'all is, what's your favorite track to race at, and why?
So my answer might change in a couple weeks because I haven't raced Wilkesboro yet, so I can't say Wilkesboro. But I feel like that could potentially be the spot. But right now, I'm most comfortable at Hickory. But man, the most fun I've ever had racing is Wake County, for sure. Quarter-mile bull ring out near Raleigh, elbows up every single lap. You run the hell over everybody. And you get ran over, and it's fun. Everybody has a good time. It's not as bad as like Bowman Gray or something, but it's fun, man. If your car sucks at Hickory, take it to Wake County, get it dialed in there, and then go back to Hickory, and you'll be good. Yeah.
Hell, we need to take Travis' car there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
What
win a race at Wake
about
County.
you learn how to make the car turn? I will say that. What about you? What's your favorite track?
I would say, I've had the privilege to run places like Bristol and Martinsville. I think from a sheer spectacle feeling, Bristol is definitely a different type of experience. You pull out onto Bristol. The first time I ever ran Bristol was in a truck for Mike Miller, and I ran laps, and I pulled in literally 2 laps after I was on the track, and the crew's like, "What is wrong? Like, is everything good?" I said, "I literally did not breathe."
Yeah.
I said, "I have to stop and breathe because I didn't breathe while I was out there." So Bristol is definitely
You almost had some brown fire suits.
I almost crap myself, yes.
Yeah.
Bristol is a different place. It is a extraordinary experience. If you're a race car driver, I hope everyone gets the opportunity to turn laps at Bristol. But I guess for my connection alone, Hickory is probably my favorite racetrack. But my favorite experience would probably be Bristol.
What about your most hated track?
Most hated. Well,
I'll
when
add that in.
Well, when I ran Phoenix,
Hated that track.
Well, I hated it because my truck, when I would go down the straightaway, you could run over a small animal and it would survive. That's how high it was down the straightaway. So
Run a
that was
Eldora.
probably
Run a start and park truck, they said. It'd be a good idea.
if I would have ran over a fox or raccoon or something, it probably would have just
What a-
ran underneath the truck.
I'll
Landon,
add in my most
What
hated.
about your Eldora experience?
Okay, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Eldora. I sucked at Eldora. That was another one.
I hated Caraway.
Yeah, I was not good at Eldora. Dirt, not my thing. Never done it before.
Not mine either,
Yeah.
apparently.
Travis is a dirt star.
What about you, Brandon?
So my favorite probably would have to be Orange County, but it's turning probably hand in hand with Florence.
Yeah, Florence seems fun. I never got to run there. I've always watched Dad there. No walls thing's kind of weird, but like it seems really fun.
Yeah, so like I said, that would be for me Orange County by far. I mean, you're pretty much just hustling around there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wore out, but there's enough grip.
Kind of moved up the track there too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So like.
Is it still like that? Is it still?
Yeah. So you run 1 and 2 pretty much wherever you want. Quickest way if everything's rotating, the car's handling, susceptibly is around the bottom. 3 and 4 is up against the marbles. I mean,
Really?
you're trying to clean it off every
Yeah,
lap.
that'd be cool. What about your most hated track?
I can't say Hickory anymore because
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna say
Yeah, no,
Hickory.
I think when
thought
we
he was
did
gonna
our
say-
podcast last time,
It was
I'm
Hickory.
pretty
Yeah, it
sure
was
you said
yeah.
Hickory.
So
Which makes sense. I did it.
Yes. Honestly, and I know this may hurt you a little bit, but I cannot stand Greenville Pickens.
Greenville
I
Pickens.
And I agree with Landon.
weird. It's a
Landon
weird
actually,
track.
I think this is a good time to bring it up. Landon brought up a good point. That's a track that needs some help right now.
Yeah.
And so I don't mean it as in like that. It's just not been a track I've been able to get a hold of, which is kind of tough because it's similar in ways to Martinsville, and I'm normally pretty good there. So it's just a place that's had my number. But, for people listening, that is a place I think that may be falling by the wayside if it doesn't get some help soon. So I hope people start getting back out there.
Yeah. A couple of Jack said Kildare. Was that supposed to be Kildare? Or is it Kildare?
I don't know.
Kildare
I
Speedway in
have no earthly
Ohio
idea
is
what
the
he's talking
worst.
about.
Tim Hale wants to know if we're running the Thanksgiving Classic. Anybody running the Thanksgiving Classic in here?
I might be. I was gonna say.
I will not be there.
I might be. I don't know.
That is a week before my wedding, so I will not be there.
Tough news. Landon raced the night before his wedding, I think.
No. So
Pretty
the story
sure he did,
is,
didn't he, Brooke?
the story is I tried to. So somebody called me. Listen, I was getting married April 3rd, 4321, and somebody called me
He's
before.
sober.
Totally
He said
sober.
4 3 2.
Somebody called me beforehand and asked if I wanted to race the Easter Bunny. There was a 2-tier deal on the Easter Bunny. So they were racing the Easter Bunny on Friday night and then another Easter Bunny 150 on Saturday. So I was like, well, shit, I can go run the Friday, and then whatever about the rehearsal, right?
Yeah.
I'll just
I
show
don't need
up
a
for
rehearsal
Saturday.
dinner.
That did not go over well.
Yeah, I remember when that was
So I
actually
had
that was legit.
I had to call him back and be like, hey, my wife said I couldn't. I have to get married tomorrow.
That was a real question. He actually asked his wife if
I
he
did.
could
I'm
race
not
the
gonna.
night
I'm not
before
gonna
his
lie
wedding.
to you. I'm not below that. I asked if I could race on my rehearsal dinner night, and she said no. So
Well, me and Brandon don't really have that. Is the Thanksgiving Classic that late in the year?
yeah, it's like end of October.
So I guess it's actually in Thanksgiving.
It's
on
Thanksgiving week. Like Thanksgiving's
November.
Thursday,
I
you're
guess
there
this is-
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I guess I don't realize how close Thanksgiving is to
God,
December.
Thanksgiving Classic.
Yeah. Well, I was.
What an idiot.
I'll take that one on the
Yeah,
chin.
into October.
Okay, I'll take that one on the chin.
End of November.
Anyways, any?
Yeah, you're an idiot for that one too.
I know. I
Yeah,
said I
get
was.
out I'm saying you're thinking I'm dumb.
I was gonna.
You're just as dumb.
I was gonna bring up. Where damn? Oh, he's out there doing interviews now. Anyways, Brandon, what is the? So like we got some. Any more questions? No. Oh, we're good. So you said going forward you will.
We got another question. We got a text submitted question.
Oh, text question. What's your racing plans next year?
Yeah, Trevor Edwards wants to know.
So
racing plans.
I guess this will be a good time to announce.
Oh, we have an announcement.
Huge announcement.
Yeah, so actually got tied up on Wednesday. I will be back next year full time with Lee Poyen Performance.
Hey!
Hey, big news.
And-
Can we get a round of applause for Brandon
Back to
Manuel?
the five. Whoa.
It is to be determined
Yep.
whether I will run the car store or if I'm going to chase a national championship.
Oh,
National.
that could be
Hey,
sick.
Well, hold on. I'm torn. I want you to run for national, but I want you to run for national.
I will run the national if running for the national is the way that it used to be. I will not run if it is how it has unfortunately became the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with that.
I have an announcement too. Next year I'm running the 8 car in the Cup Series full time.
Yes.
I've been training my whole life, driving pit cars, and they approve me. I'm in. I'm running the Cup
So
car.
actually, Dylan Wilson to the 41 at Haas.
So Eric Almirola's coming back.
He did say that. Yes.
So now there's no openings. Good.
Kyle Busch.
We've got any more questions here? We're trying to wrap this up by 8:15. I don't want to rush everybody
So-
out of here, but
While we're waiting,
Let's let Brandon finish.
While we're waiting to
Yeah.
to get a few, so like you, this race is special for me not only for the speedway and and everything else and it coming back. I know we got Brandon here as well, so kudos to him and everything he's done. Actually got
Shout
to
out
talk
Brandon
to him.
Brown from North Wilkesboro
Yeah.
Racetrack Revival.
I was thinking.
But I have a lot of local sponsors as well. Obviously, Crossroads, Harley Davidson. It's about 10 minutes from here.
There it is.
So,
there it is.
But also Russell Electric, which they're also actually back here tonight.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Look at this.
Kudos to them. We got Wilkes Communications on board as well. John Black's Collision Center. Reinhardt Racing, which is not as much Wilkesboro, but has came on board for Harley in general.
Yeah.
We've got this one has been pretty exciting for me. I got to talk with you a little bit about it before, but
Oh, yeah.
Call Family Distillery is going to sponsor us, but specifically the
Yep.
Prohibition Car Show and Moonshine Festival.
Yeah,
they
we'll
have.
be there.
That's gonna be-
Cadillac 3 is
yeah.
going to be there.
That's going to be September
And
23rd
we-
and 24th.
Yes,
Is
I
it-
will
it's
be
a car
there.
show?
Me and Moses both will be there.
It is
we
a car
will
show?
be
Car show.
No,
and
no, no.
Moonshine
Well,
Festival.
kind of. It's like a moonshine festival.
Can we enter Travis in a lawnmower?
Yes, we are going. The Cadillac 3 is going to be there playing music, and we're going to be there drinking the whole time. I'm going to drink and watch Cadillac 3. So
And we also have, my sponsors that have been with me all year: Fremont Properties, Grand Atlantic Ocean Resort, Discount Oil Co., Amonzu Marble and Granite. So it's just, it's a really big event in general. We've got a lot of help. I know you've got a lot of help. I know Landon had a big announcement that was really cool
Yep.
the other day. So just really happy to be able to come up here. It's the closest that all of us are gonna race up to this way, and so we've always kind of wanted to get Crossroads on board and be able to show them off. And so what better way to do it than race about 10 minutes up the road?
Oh yeah. Well, I guess before we get this thing wrapped up, everybody good here? We got anything else we need to talk about
No,
before we
that's
get
it.
off?
I mean, I talked about it a little earlier, but as Brandon said, I just wanted to take a moment and thank Dale Jr. and everybody at High Rock Vodka for the opportunity to represent them at North Wilkesboro. This has obviously been a show about Wilkesboro and the races that are coming up there. So Dale has been very generous and offered me an opportunity to represent High Rock Vodka, which is his vodka brand. It's a separate part of the Sugarlands Distillery Group, the Sugarlands Distilling Company up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So thank you to Dale for that opportunity. If you guys enjoy vodka, by all means check it out. It's here in the North Carolina area, so you can get it at your local liquor store. It is very, very good. It is 88 proof, and it is deadly. So
yeah.
yes,
It's very good.
check it
It's-
out.
It's
and,
stupid good.
Yep.
It's
So
only
we'll be drinking
vodka
a lot
I
of
can
that.
drink straight.
Yeah, yes, this is very true. Very true. Very true.
I'll drink it pretty much anything straight except for vodka. And vodka, I'm telling you, I'm not
It's
shitting.
super smooth. It
It's
really
really
is.
good vodka.
It is very smooth. I'm not just saying that.
Yeah, 100%.
They distill it a entirely different way, and I got to see that. I'll have a YouTube video out on that here coming up. But
Oh, yeah,
I got to
nice.
see how it was made versus traditional vodka. It's definitely different. So by all means, check out High Rock Vodka at your local liquor stores.
Yeah, well, you guys have seen Brandon Pierce, obviously, on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. We'll definitely, make sure you follow Brandon, follow his career. He's going to be running Car Store full-time next year. Landon, obviously, know him and myself. And I want to thank, obviously, Two Burrows Brewery for having us out here, letting us show the car. Seth at Two Burrows has helped us so much throughout this whole event. So, obviously, he's going to be our one of our main sponsors for Wilkesboro. So we're going to have a lot of fun with him over the next. Seth, you want to get in here and say hello? Talk a little bit about the beer you got going on, and then we'll sign this thing off. There we go. This is the man. This is the man with the plan. Seth here. Seth, tell us a little bit about Two Burrows real quick, and we'll here's your platform.
Here's
Just
your
let them know what
opportunity.
you let them know what you think.
Make sure I get this. We got front, back.
There you go. Yeah.
So we're there. We good now? Other side.
Beautiful.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, thank you everybody for coming out.
Yes,
guys,
sir.
appreciate it. Harley Davidson
Absolutely.
guys back there, Crossroad.
Yeah, thank
good
you.
to see everybody out
Thanks
again.
everyone for coming out.
All right, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Seth Cohn. I own Dooley's and Two Burrows here in Wilkesboro. I like to have a lot of fun, and when I heard we were having racing back, the first thing I said is we got to get to the local drivers and get them back. So when Dylan reached out to me and said, hey, you interested in sponsoring a car to race? I said, absolutely. What's it going to take? Let's get out there. I'm excited to have racing back here in Wilkesboro, and can't say enough great things for the community. You guys have always been the big support behind the restaurants, the breweries, all that we've done in the downtown revitalization. And for that being the part, our community is the reason I want to give back to the local racers. So for those of you guys who don't know, we've had a lot of fun. Looking forward to many years of racing with this guy and having some more fun. I don't know this guy well enough yet, but looking forward to having some fun with him.
I like his beer a
Anytime
lot.
I'm here, he'll be here drinking beer
yes.
with me.
We're going to have a
I
lot
like
of
his
fun with
beer.
beer.
His beer's good.
For those of you guys that haven't tried our beers, come on down to Wilkesboro, try out what we do here at Two Boroughs. Our brewmaster Trey has been brewing for 20 plus years. Like Dylan said, it's not for your weak beers.
Yeah.
All right. Trey likes to brew because he likes to drink. So he's going to brew something he wants to drink, not just to sell the beer. So everything that we brew to enjoy drinking. My personal favorite, the Bikini Bottom, is a pineapple IPA.
Yeah, we got to try that. We can't wait for that to come out.
I can't wait.
We do have the good gold back, though. It just got kegged today, so we'll be having that.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I know it's a little bit higher than the Code 2 after the lager, but we'll be out at the Speedway on the 30th and 31st. So we're going to be setting up in, I think, turns 1 and 2. You'll actually find us down there. We're going to have our Dippa in cans. We're going to have our light lager on draft, and I think we're going to have one more on draft, maybe our mystery machine. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, yeah. I'm pumped for that one, too. Another one sounds really good. It's Push Pop. Push Pop IPA sounds really good.
It's an orange cream. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's
Orange cream beer?
Yeah,
That's
orange cream beer.
Yeah.
You talk about
I can work with that.
So one other thing I wanted to ask you, you don't, if it's not public knowledge yet, that's fine. But the expansion, you have any plans for the future, the next year or two, as far as getting the product out there a little bit more?
So our biggest problem that we run into is our supply levels cannot keep up with the demand levels.
Right.
We opened in January of 2020.
That's a good thing, then.
That's
That's a great problem to have.
It's a good problem to have.
We opened in January 2020. The pandemic, as we know, hit in March of 2020.
Yep.
So we were able to be open for 2 or 3 months, had 9 different beers that we brewed, and then all down the drain.
Yep.
So we were able to maintain. We had Dooley's, my other restaurant, that was able to get out. We were able to support Two Boroughs, get the name out through that, and that really was a big thing to getting back to the local and the community, getting it out there, and people supported it great throughout the pandemic. Led to us to what we were talking about, the brewery expansion.
Yep.
And we're in the process of doing a full-on brewery expansion. Currently, we brew on a 7-barrel system. We're expanding to a 15-barrel brew house.
Okay, so double the volume.
Double the volume. Actually, we're going to be tripling it by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, see, I'm so pumped for that. That's going to be such a big thing, big step for you guys as a brand.
I mean, we're looking for the amount of volume that we're going to be able to do. We're going to be able to actually, we have just a list of people who want us to carry our product right now. So, again, great problem to have. We just can't brew it fast enough. We're looking for, that's the reason you didn't find us at the racetrack for the last 2 weeks. We cannot brew enough beer to keep in-house and Dooley's, let alone to be able to keep up with the racetrack.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give us about, we're in the middle of the expansion.
Yep.
I think we're looking about a month, 2 months into it so far. We got about 3 or 4 months left. We've got our new building picked out. We've got the location set. We've already got the equipment ready to order. All we got to do is kind of sign that dotted line and send the rest of the money over.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, here's your equipment. Let's get brewing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We're super pumped for that, man. Hopefully this Ford car out here can help branch the name out a little bit. We can take it all over the southeast here, and as long as our podcast here. So we're pretty much ready to wrap things up. I got one more favor I need of Travis Moonhead Brown, wherever he's at. I'm gonna so we're gonna count y'all down, and like our catchphrase for Windshield Deep is "Live every day like it's Saturday." So we're gonna count y'all down 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna say "Live every day like it's Saturday."
Do not screw it up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Do not.
3, 2, 1, and we'll do it. And I'm gonna switch to the webcam here so we can see you guys.
That is live every day like it's Saturday.
Yeah. All right.
Don't screw it up.
You got that, or he'll come after you.
Yeah.
I will. We've had many
Travis,
people screw it
can
up.
you also hold the mic so we can get a little bit of sound from it?
Absolutely.
There we go. You just
All right,
point
so
in their
I'll
way.
let Dylan lead it. He's going to say live every day like it's Saturday on 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna count you down 3, 2, 1. All right. All right, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. It ain't been real fun. 3, 2, 1.
Live every day like it's Saturday.
We'll see you guys next time. This is Windshield Deep.
Thanks, guys.